Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 month, $90 for 6 month, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
You're listening to the Hot Topics podcast with Psycho 4081, the lovely Lady Lamb Chop, and the fabulous Thelonious Feather. Let's get into it.
That needs music.
No, the music goes in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Hot Topics podcast. We have part 2 of our podcast. We did the last one was on body counts and about double standards. So last week's was we had 2 male guests,
right,
and they gave the perspective of men on that particular topic, and that's their perspective. So today we have ladies here. This is ladies' night, and it's going to be all about the ladies and their perspective, how they view everything about the culture, what it means to them personally, what they think about other people's body counts. Does it matter? Why the double standard? Things like that. So, we'll get into it, and we want to introduce our reoccurring special co-host, Penelope
Plant Killer.
Thank you, Penelope.
I bubbled something last week too, intimacy. I couldn't get that out my mouth.
That should be your favorite word.
So,
that's probably scary. That's why you can't say it.
And we have the lovely Heaven here. How are you?
I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm doing good.
Thank you for joining us.
Of course, anytime.
All right, and don't be nervous.
I'm nervous. Come
Oh,
on.
Lord.
You know me.
Ain't nobody scared of you.
So one of the things we talk about body count, some people didn't know what body count means.
Oh,
right.
okay.
So I had to explain to them is basically a list of every person that you've had sexual intercourse with. That means penetration, not all the extra stuff.
Okay.
Penetration that you've had in your entire lifetime, not in the last week, not in the last month, not in the, whatever. So that's what we call a body count. And, we're going to discuss what are the taboos with it, the gender dynamics, because obviously, and I have a strong feeling that we're going to have different opinions on it based on last week's episode and what I got from social media. So,
what did you get from social media?
Well, all right. So it started with a guy. He was not interviewing. He was talking to a woman. No, it was the pop the balloon thing, right?
Yeah.
And he was asking the woman how many children she had and how many baby daddies.
Okay.
So and that's what it took off from there.
Okay.
So, but I put it in Facebook, and the women got in there, and they was just just gave me a lot of heat. It's like
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was like, hey, listen, this is a discussion, so don't get mad at me. So we do. All right, we'll start with Lamb Chop.
Mm-hmm.
What does body count mean to you personally?
Personally, it's nobody else's business.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
That's just kind of how I feel about it.
It's easier for me. It's easier for guys to say their body count
Okay.
or to be proud about stuff like that than women.
It's true. It's very true. It's very true.
They'll keep that a secret till their grave. They'll take it to their grave. Like nobody's gonna say.
Women.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna admit that. Okay.
So-
I've been passed around like 25 times, 30 times.
Yeah.
Well, this is a different age, and
Yeah.
and people come
It
from
is
different.
and it isn't.
Well, people come from different cultural backgrounds, stuff like that. Plant Killer, Penelope.
You are gonna screw that up.
PP.
But you give her the name. I don't know how you cannot pronounce it.
I don't know. Maybe my mouth is dry.
Maybe you need to change.
Maybe I need a little wetness in my mouth.
You know what? See, here we go.
All right, so let me ask you a question and be direct. Does body counts? Do you care about body counts? Does it matter to you?
People are not even. Anyways,
Don't say people, because
people are not even truthful about it. Nobody's
right.
truthful about it. Only few of us.
Well, we're gonna talk
have
about
had
it.
a
Don't get ahead of
little-
us. Don't get ahead of us.
Oh Lord.
You're a newbie now, because you've been missing too. Yes. So, all right, Heaven, for you now. Let me put it
I
in
didn't hear
perspective.
Penelope's answer.
She I think she
We
fell
lost
off.
her. He said
We
we
lost her.
lost
Oh, okay.
Do you care about a person's body count, whether it be a person that you're seeing or another woman's or yours? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I care because I'm nosy. and I want to know everything about who I am, who my partner is. I want to know everything about that person. Like, I want to know in, out, bad, ugly, upside down, left, right. I want to know. Now, details is one thing, but to answer the question, just answer the question. Yeah. Fuck it. I want to know everything about them. Yeah, I want to know.
And that's fair. That's a fair assumption, right? And
And also too, because like nowadays, like so much stuff is going around. You know what I'm saying? I need to know, shoot, what I'm working with, so that way before I decide to talk that limit, I need to see some papers. Like, let's go to the doctor, like that.
Right. So, okay, but that's another subject we want to touch on that too, about the doctor medical aspect of it too. So,
Okay.
Penelope.
Ooh, you are struggling.
Penelope.
How about you just call her plant lady today?
Plant lady. Plant killer. Does do you care about a person's body count? What do you think? Does it matter to you if the person that you're dealing with, their body count or your body count? Are you concerned about that?
I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Okay. So now for you two ladies, why do you think people care? You heard her response. Why do you think people care about other people's body count? Women. We're talking about the women's perspective. Why do women care about
other women or
men.
about
their
men?
a man's body count?
For me, I don't.
They nosy like me.
For me, I don't care.
You don't care.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
So why do you
I'm
think
kinda
other
with
women
you.
care?
So for me, well, I'm saying why I don't care. I
Okay.
don't care because I'm like, okay, men, they'll do what men want to do. You know, like men will be men. Even if you say, hey, how many people have you? Half of them will not even be truthful. You know what I'm saying? So they may, oh, okay, it's just 4. Oh, it's just 1. Oh, it's
Just one
just 2.
can take off. I have a
You know what I'm
super
saying? So I don't care as long as okay, we're together. Once we're together, it doesn't start counting. That's what matters to me.
Oh, okay.
Once we get together, there's no more. That's it.
Right.
But before me, yeah, whatever. That's your past. I don't care.
Okay.
But
You're not concerned at all about a man's past.
no. So any woman that I know that your friend, whatever you had, there's a possibility that you probably went down with that person. And all
Okay,
that.
so now I'm gonna flip it. Do you care about your own body count?
Of course, I care about my own body count.
Okay, so you yourself would say, well, I don't want to, I don't want rising numbers.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
definitely.
Why?
Because I'm a woman.
Why?
I protect myself.
But why? Why do you care about numbers?
Why do I care? Because I'm not like a public toilet where everybody just comes and dumps shit in. So yeah, I care for
So
myself.
do you?
personally.
Okay, so that's a moral thing with
Yes,
yourself.
for me, yes, it's
and your family, your
yes,
culture.
Yes, my
so
culture.
you care about what other people would
think,
think.
and how they view you. I
How
don't
they
want to
view
be
you.
somewhere and then half the guys there be like, oh, you too, wow, you too, you been there, no. So it's part of my dignity, it's part of my pride, it's part of who I am. Like I can freely move on the streets and nobody knows me and nobody's been like, oh yeah, I've seen her coochie. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for me, it's a proud moment. It's something like for my culture. I don't know about how it's done here, but
Right,
it's not
right.
something you want to. It's not something to be proud of. That
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
And
many
for those who
people-
don't know, her she's Nigerian.
whatever.
Well, I mean, people need to know.
So yeah, so
He is
for
so
me,
special.
it's even forget the Nigerian thing. It's just
right.
it kind of
As a woman.
Yes, as a woman. Yeah, that is my
Okay.
pride. It's the same way men don't like they don't want to know. I don't think they want to know who your exes are.
Hey.
They really don't want
You
to
don't.
know.
We're not speaking about men.
I'm
y'all
just
don't
saying, do you want to know who people's exes are? Like, oh,
They
I
really
fucked
don't
this
wanna
one,
know.
I fucked
Yes,
this-
you should have listened to the last podcast.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And let's
Oh,
let's
he's
go.
so
Can you
special.
hear us, plant lady, plant killer?
I feel I have mixed feelings about the whole topic. I do agree that it's truly nobody's business what you do prior to meeting the person that you're with. But me, I was raised by a man, so I see things a little bit differently. And not that I'm going to say that my body is a public toilet or anything, but I do feel like if I meet somebody and, you know, we might have that little chemistry or whatever, if I'm single, I'm going to do what single people do
Okay.
until I find that one.
Okay.
Right? I'm not going to just, you know, I've been with some people that the sex was just straight terrible. I don't care how much I like you as a person, as a woman. If you cannot fulfill my needs, I'm on to the next. And I have been in a situation where my husband, like, we ran in a small, like, circle, right? When I met my husband through my sister's husband. Like, when he moved to the Baltimore area, him and my brother-in-law reconnected. And every time I turned around, my husband was at some family event. But he had a girlfriend, and he will tell anybody, every time he saw me, I was with a different cat. Why? Because I was single. And as a woman, I should have the right, just like a man, to dip and dab and do what I want with whom I want and not be judged because I'm a woman. Miss me with all of that. I mean... you can't get to the one until you get through something. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like that's just my opinion, on the thing. Like, I'm not going to just sit around and be like, oh, I want to be Virgin Mary. I don't want somebody to say I have too many bodies. If you had to go in my closet, then I got bodies in the closet, up under the rug. And I'm not ashamed of it. Like, my husband at one point felt some kind of way because we were at an event, a couple of events, and other people that I have dealt with were at those events. My thing is, don't worry about what was going on with them because I was very much single.
Okay. So
I wasn't in a relationship with any of those cats. I was single.
So you're not concerned about your own body count. That's not even an issue for you at all.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Now,
and his body count ain't no issue for me
Okay.
either because it was prior to me coming in.
okay.
I don't want to know. We don't have to discuss that. And I feel like that's where a lot of people's relationships kind of get rocky because you want to know what's in my closet, what is in the past prior to you being in my life. Like, why are you concerned with that?
Okay. So now again, men and women are different. So we talk to the men. So I'm just getting the women's perspective on that. What do you say, Lamb Chop?
I'm with her. Like, I think that this whole body count thing is just like another suppression of women. I really do. I think it's another way for men to hold women back and judge them differently.
Okay.
I'm okay with who you were with prior to me because that was, like she said, prior to me. Okay. And I really don't feel like, because I also feel like no matter what number women say, men aren't going to believe it.
Correct.
I don't care what number you say.
I agree.
Right? They're just not going to believe it. So it's
There's a
just like,
formula.
why are you setting yourself up for this argument?
You said if they say
That's a formula.
If they say 3 times it by what?
No,
Oh,
you 3,
divide-
right? Times 1.5
Oh my gosh.
plus 8.
You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. So, short up, like she said, short up you guys going to check out your medical thing. And if everybody is all right, just do what you do. It's
Okay.
like, it's nobody's business.
So
That's right.
Heaven.
Keep them calm on the bedside. You know what I mean? Like, listen.
But do you now? That's how you feel. Now, when you're going with somebody else, it's not always about what you feel. So, do you think that it would matter to a man what the body count is?
Oh,
Yeah, that's why we having this conversation. Yes, it matters.
Like I said on one of the previous podcasts, when we talked about the young lady who committed suicide, right? I feel like I said in that podcast that I was judged a lot, especially by people in my family. Like my mom would say, I don't even want, I don't even try to get to know their names because every time I turn around, it's going to be somebody different. I didn't care about it. After a while it became a running joke. But I'm single. I'm very much single. I'm not going to sit in a house and become an old Spencer because I'm care about what society says a woman should be. No. And again, I was raised by a man. So my dad was like, listen, if a number 9 going down, get on that corner, a 10 is coming up.
Okay.
Now, do you think she would have said that to your uncle or your brother or a male member of your family?
Absolutely, he would have.
Okay. No, not your dad, your mom.
The way I move. You understand what I'm saying?
Say that again. Like the question was, do you think your mom would have said, I'm not going to, get to know their names if it was your uncle or your brother or a male member of the family?
If they was moving the way that I was moving, bringing different people to different events all the time, yeah, she would say that.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out if that was a bias because you were a woman.
Okay.
I do have some of my mother's tendencies, and my mother was not a woman who was just going to be like, listen, yeah. No,
Okay.
She was going to be moving until she found the one, too. But no, she would have said that to my brother.
Okay.
She would have said it to my uncle. She would have said it to her brother. Yeah. But there are a lot of biases when it comes to women. Like if something came across my TikTok yesterday about women in the 50s, or 30s or something like that, it was like, make sure that when he comes home that you don't have too much conversation for
Yes.
him. Make sure that the dinner is ready. Make sure that you don't make too much noise. So do your vacuuming, like your house cleaning and stuff when he's out of the home.
Yes.
But once he comes home, you were supposed to have the cocktail, the siblings. And I was like, if you don't get out of here,
Yes.
He's not going to make it to the end of this podcast. I'm going to tell y'all.
So, okay. Not speaking about how you guys feel. What are your opinions on how society treats men versus women when it comes to high or low body counts?
Yeah.
So not you.
Ask Heaven first, and then we'll rotate.
That's for you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I do feel like, a lot of what the last lady was saying, that it's just that stigma. They're always going to, I just have my grandma's voice in the back of my, head saying, even when it comes down to having children, mama's baby's papa's maybe. It's just the way it goes. Like, that's just the way it goes. You're going to be judged. You're going to be judged, especially if you're having multiple partners and, just out here willy-nilly with it, It's always going to be something said because the woman is supposed to be held on this pedestal that a male is still not pretty much held on. So I feel like, it's just the stigma that it has. Like, when you're growing up, even when you're a kid, like, and you have on a skirt, oh, get out of this, sit down with your legs crossed, or if I'm talking to a male, get out of a man's face. Like, it's always going to be something that's just always said about women.
Okay.
Agreed.
Period. So,
But not the same with men.
That's not,
it's the stigma.
All right.
Fight
so
him.
I'm going to assume this is a consensus on that.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I think for me, the only time I think is a body count issue, and I know we're going back, but if you have like 7 kids and 5 baby mamas, that's
Right.
a flag for me.
Right.
You know, and it's not really about the body
So it's
count.
baby counts.
Yeah, it's probably more baby counts than body counts, because that's a whole nother issue. You know what I'm saying?
So let's touch on that real quick. If you have, now we're focused on the guys, not so much
right.
the women.
Right.
So you meet a guy and you guys are vibing, everything's good, and you find out he has 4 kids,
Okay.
one from one woman, plus or minus.
One from one woman.
He has
Each.
four from one woman.
So he has 4 kids, four
From
different
one-
women.
No, 4 from one woman,
Okay.
Okay, that's
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
2 women, 2 apiece.
Okay.
No, that's bad for me.
I mean, because people get married and divorced twice, and they will have
True, then I
separate
did
families
And I did
twice.
2
All right, so
2 kids again. No. that's
so
for me.
what is the limit when he all right and he's unmarried? Let's throw that in there because I did the same thing with the guys. too.
Right.
And he's
right.
unmarried.
He's unmarried.
That's
4
well, for you to stay with somebody and have 2 kids, well, it depends on the ages too. It was like every year 1 kid. That's bad. Meaning that you stayed with her for like 2 years and moved on, or 3 years and moved on to the next, and then 3 years and moved. So what makes me an exception?
All right, okay.
Fact. Yeah.
So,
All right, so if you have a guy who has 4 children by 4 different mothers.
that's definitely not never.
Yeah, that's a lot.
a no.
I'm
That's
not
a
a
no.
That's
miracle
a
worker.
lot.
I'm not gonna let you stay with me.
That's a lot. And it's not really based on how many women he has. It's based on the drama that's going to come with that.
Okay.
That is going to be a whole lot of mess.
Okay.
You
So-
know, that comes with that.
So that means you have to get into the relationship also with 4 different women.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
And 4 different personality. 5, because I'm in the mix.
Right. Yeah.
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 This ain't no sister wives.
Right. You know, so that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot.
All right. So let me ask you something.
Like 1, 2.
Has
Go ahead.
the importance of body count changed over time? Or each generation, does it change?
I don't know, because I'm not in the running.
Yes, it does. And you know why? I can say yes, it does, because these little kids is getting nastier. It's starting early, okay? And they out doing God knows what, God knows who,
Early.
Yes. Yeah, early.
Yeah.
12.
So
I seen 12, my cousin had her baby. She was pregnant at 12, had her baby at 13. Yeah.
okay. So
And so, I mean,
what would you say? Like, you think about your grandmother,
Right.
In your grandmother's time, what would she have said if it was a family member, a woman who had 3 kids by 2 different? No, forget the kids. Let's say she was had many partners, like maybe 5 to 10 in her 20s, and they knew about the partners. What would the grandmother say?
She'd be everything but a child of God. She really
Right,
would be.
right, and
Yeah.
same, right. So that means that the it has changed over generations. It's actually getting the body count thing doesn't matter. For the newer generations, they're doing
Okay.
it. They're doing it earlier.
But even
They're stacking them up
I was
earlier?
no, but then I was giving you an instance of someone that I know that the mom, an older woman, like a grandma, that the person realized his dad was not his dad at an older age, and the second child, the dad was not the dad.
Oh wow.
Oh,
And these
geez.
people I'm talking about that just found out their parents, I mean their dad is not their dad.
Right.
One is in his 50s, the other one is like in her mid 40s. So it started before. So I don't think it wasn't known then.
So
They
it goes back to what Heaven said about, mama's baby, papa's maybe. So maybe there is a thing in the back of a guy's head about body counts. Like,
I'm sure it is in the back of a guy's head. I'm
So-
sure it is.
all right, if you ever get a chance, listen to the last podcast, and because a lot of points were brought up about why and how a guy thinks. So that kind of makes a bit of a difference. It was legitimate. It wasn't like the whole male ego thing that I'm a man, you're a woman, is different, blah blah blah. It wasn't anything like that. They,
But don't act like men don't think that, though.
well, they do. Some of them did, but this was in our discussion. We
Okay.
actually talked,
All right.
certain things out.
Okay. So I don't know if it's changed or not. I know that we are quick to accuse the woman. Like, she's getting pregnant by herself.
Exactly.
You know, like,
Exactly.
and be guys out there having sex with somebody. It's not like that, you having sex by yourself, you having sex with somebody. So if 10 of these guys has had sex with at least 10 women, then you know that at least 10 women have a body count.
Of course.
Even if it's just one or two. I'm just saying, like, I think it's more important to some men than it is to some women.
As a man, do you ever feel ashamed of your body count?
As a man, no.
And do you feel like women should?
Yes and no. Yes.
Explain away, sir.
Okay, so, and we talked about this in the last podcast. When you talk about a body count, and as a guy, and when you're, let's say, Susan, right? Now, I knew you were going to say, don't say me. Let's say Susan had 30, 40 dudes, right? Mm-hmm. And let's say, okay, she's in her 40s. She's had long-term relationships. She's had short-term relationships. Now, if Susan had 40 different relationships and she had 40, whatever, to a guy, I'm going to look at it this way. I'm like, okay, one, that you don't know how to pick people. Your decision-making skills are off, for one. Or you're a problem that you can't stay in a committed or long-term relationship. So what's the issue? So those are the flags for me. So under that circumstance, yes. But if it was a person who was single and, and times are different, went through the teens. It depends on how early or late you started. You went through the teens, the 20s, the 30s or whatever, and you were single, you was doing your thing. And that doesn't matter to most guys. So we talked about that. What does matter is how. Okay. So I see
yeah, my brain is just like, what do you mean how?
Right. So one of the guests said, okay, well, and I think I mentioned it too. You can have 30 or 40, relationships or whatever, not relationships, but
sexual
body count, right?
Right.
So it depends. Now, if you're 30 or 40 was like, all right, when you had 5 at a time on this one, and it's at the, it's on video, or if it's 10 of them are dudes I know in the neighborhood, or if I'm going to go get my hair cut, we're going to talk about a certain person, and like half the people in the thing know about it, right? So yeah, that matters. So if it was something like if you was a stewardess or a flight attendant, right, and you was going from place to place, and you had people in different places, whatever,
that's fine.
Nobody cares about that. I'm not going to run into them. You were single, and it wasn't like I'm gonna see it on that show when they was talking about Freaknik. Okay, that makes a difference to a guy, right? So yeah, it doesn't make a difference.
So let's say, for example, you and I are in a relationship now, and you say, hey, what's your body count? I'm like, oh no, just 2, 3, and then you eventually find out there were more, like 10, 20, whatever.
So
would that change anything?
It would. It would change it, because then I would think that okay, what else are you hiding from me?
Right.
Oh, if we're married.
But why does it matter?
Well, no. It doesn't matter. She didn't ask me. She didn't ask me. She did ask me.
Yeah.
Just saying, like,
It matters. Then why would he get?
In general.
It matters.
Like,
it matters because we had the
lied.
conversation. Exactly. You
Right.
lied.
Right.
So
She
if
lied
you lied to
and
me
said
about it,
otherwise.
you could easily said, well, you know what? I don't want to discuss that. I think it's kind of private, blah, blah, blah. But if you say 3 or 4, 2, whatever, and it's 20 and 30, I have a problem with that.
Yes, I'm asking why. I guess my question would be like, why are we asking that question from the
start?
initial whatever?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because whatever I have done in my past is my past.
But
So now I feel as if, okay, I meet you, you ask me the question. If I say I don't want to talk about it, now in your head, you still got numbers running. If I tell you 2 people, you still got numbers running.
I told you
Times
So
we have a formula.
Doesn't make so why even put yourself in the position to ask a question? Because I'm not going to ask you because I don't want to know.
I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, now again, this is you're looking at it from your point of view based on you. Okay, it's not when you
What
get
is your
into
point of view?
No,
Point
no,
of
no,
view is
but-
based on me.
no, but when you're having
Just saying, as a woman and or as a man,
no, I'm saying
right? I feel like you're setting yourself up
for disappointment,
for unnecessary stress,
right?
when you ask that question, whether it's a man or a woman,
Right.
because it should not matter what I did or what you did before we connected.
To a woman.
I don't give a dang on if listen.
Hold on
you
a second.
can see me on the side of a billboard.
Hold on a second. Now you're given the perspective of a woman, and that's what we're talking about, right? So you can't say that why would it matter to a guy? Because the guys have spoken on this, right? And it's not invalid what they said. We can discuss what they said, but it does matter. And there's circumstances where it does matter. Some it doesn't matter to people, some it does. And one of the things is we were talking about. You would ask the question: does body count relate to your moral code or a person's insecurity, whether it be a man or a woman? Okay, so it's both. So if a guy says has it in his head, well, you know what? If I have a woman who has a high body count, I want to know because I want to know what her morals are, based on, if we're compatible.
But why do I have to have poor morals if I have a high body count? I mean, because the standards are different for a man. Society says that a man can knock a woman off, have 129 wives, and we supposed to just sit back and again bring your little martini and slip us to the door. Don't ask no questions, and everything is groovy. Like listen, it again.
But see, it does matter.
Let
me tell you why it matters. Just what you just said. Let me tell you why it matters. Because you're going into a relationship and he's going into the relationship and you're going together. So the other person's moral code matters in a relationship. Okay, yours.
But okay. By the time we get to this relationship that we're in, your past bodies and my past bodies are in closets or they're buried, that we're gone, we're done. It doesn't matter
to you.
We're now connected
to you. But see, you're missing the big point. This is the big glaring ball of light.
Point?
Listen, you're saying that based on how you feel. Okay.
No, I'm just saying based on in general.
No.
Like it's a different set of standards for a man.
It is. We agreed that. We agreed that.
Woman.
We agreed about that. But when you're coming into a relationship, you're meeting a guy. But let's say it's not a relationship or not a relationship. You have to deal with the other person's thoughts, beliefs, and moral code as well. Same thing with yours. He has to, settle on what yours are. So it does matter. If you go into a relationship and you say, well, it doesn't matter, that's in the past, I don't care, blah, 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 even with yours as the guy, that's not a problem. That's fine. But if he has a certain thing that says, you know what, based on my morals, my culture, my religion, how I was raised, or my society, that if a woman, I'm speaking on how a guy might see, but if a woman has 30, 40, 50, however many that person says is too much, that's not wrong. That's just based on his moral code or his culture or his religion.
Okay, I get that. But what happens when you meet me, right? You're meeting me in the present, right? You didn't meet me yesterday. You're not going to meet me tomorrow. You met me right here and right now. The person that whomever was yesterday is not that same person when they connected with you. So
possibly,
if you had not asked the question what my body count would be, when you met me and we connected, clearly you thought that my morals were okay until that conversation was had.
Correct. But when you first meet a person, you're not, most of the time, most people are not looking at it as, all right, I'm courting this person for marriage. You're getting to know the person. You're on like basic level. You're just coming to the plate. You're not even at first base yet. You're just coming to the plate. So that's different. So, it's all right. Let me tell you why.
So let me interrupt. You saying it matters if they're courting you for marriage, or it matters if just in general?
It matters
because that's two different things.
Oh yeah, it does. So all right, if I'm meeting a person and I don't have anything expectations. I don't have any expectations or whatever. I don't care. Who cares? You don't know where this is going. But when you start saying, okay, well, I wonder if this is the person for me, now you start going back into your mind and saying, well, what's your moral code? What do you want out of your person? How do I judge that person's basic, how they're going to meet up to what I want?
Okay. I don't even think anybody asks anybody, what's your body count on the first date?
No, they're not going to do that.
Yeah, I think
that's a turn off.
So I think it's subsequent, like after you've been together for a while,
right?
Then you'll be like, oh, okay, how many have you had? Okay, so I wanted to ask you. So for example,
you asking me?
Yes, we're in a relationship, and you know how men always say, oh, this girl. Depends on your relationship. They say, oh, this girl, we did it in the classroom, we did it in the bathroom, we did it. Is it okay for a woman to come and be like, oh, this dude, this guy, me and him, we did this outside. Or another time, like, oh, this kind of thing, I did it with that guy. One guy I dated, we did this, we had sex like this, we had BDSM, we had this. Is it okay for a woman to talk about stuff?
To talk to her friends?
No, you know who she said talk to you.
Oh, talk to me?
Like if we're in a relationship, is what I'm saying.
Oh, if you and I is a relationship, would it be okay for somebody on the outside?
No.
Or you?
I said.
I'm sorry, I missed it. I'm sorry.
You know how men always say, hey, this person, we had something. Oh, in the classroom, I fucked her in the classroom. I did this in the classroom. I did that. You know how it's okay for them to talk about? Is it okay for a woman to say, hey, you know what? This guy, me and him, we had a threesome one time. We had this. We had that.
It depends. It depends. So, all right, for a guy to say that, first you have to have an understanding how a person is going to feel about that, right? So same thing with a guy. It's okay to if you're in a relationship, it's okay to talk about all those things. That's what
you'll be okay.
Wait a minute, hold on.
But you expect that this is going to be the end.
I know, right?
No. It's okay. It's okay for you to talk about that, but then you have to look at that individual person. How is that person going to feel about it? So, everybody's not going to be able to handle that.
Right.
But if
that's what she's saying. That's the question.
It's a double stand. Like if you're okay saying it to me,
if you're not able to handle it,
then I'm okay. It's fine. It's the past.
Right.
Is it okay for me to also share?
Nope. I said, you asking me, I'm saying yes. It's okay for you to share those things.
That's a
lie.
It
is.
That's a lie.
It
is.
You
think it's a lie, right?
I think it is too.
No, I don't care.
I don't believe that.
You can share things like because
somebody flipped me up the back of the truck. Like we're outside. No, your brain is going. No, so she's a hoe. She's a hoe. She's a hoe.
But that's up for the guy to say whether they can handle it.
A lot of guys can't handle it.
Right.
A lot of guys can't handle it.
So it's the same way. That's what I'm trying to put that. It's the same way with the body count. It's okay for them to have like 1 million people, but a woman, when you start having like
now, let me
more than two.
Let me throw this in here. Most guys don't want to know your body count. Okay. And the reason why they don't want to know your body count because they don't know if they're going to be able to handle it. Exactly. That's the main reason. It's not about what's the past is in the past. That's how you think. That's how a woman may think. Guys, it does matter. But I'm not going to ask somebody what your body count is if I feel that it might mess with me, emotionally or psychologically. That's the bottom line. But it does matter to some people, whether. And I'm not saying I can't put a number on it, but it might say, well, all right, based on my moral code, how I was raised, how my mother's going to think about it, how my culture's going to think about it, how my religion's going to think about it. It does matter because when you look at somebody's body count, whether it be a man or a woman, you have to say, okay, well, I believe that a person should be married before you have sex. Or, you might have messed up or whatever. At some point, you might have come to your senses and said, okay, well, I'm not going to do that anymore, or I'm going to slow it down, or I'm going to be in a committed relationship, whatever. They don't think about the whole I'm single, I'm going to do me, because now it's like you're conflicting with their moral code. And a lot of guys, they don't have a moral code.
Right.
So it won't matter to, a lot of guys, but some guys it will. But when you go into a relationship or you're getting into a relationship, it does matter because you have to find out what that person's moral code. That's if the person cares. Like I said, I know guys who don't care. And if you listen to the last podcast, some people's like, well, I don't care. I don't want to know, that's fine. But it does relate to in society's eyes or somebody else's eyes, maybe not yours, if that person was insecure or if that person had, low morals based on your moral code or society's moral code. So it does matter. that's why we even have this topic today.
Right. Because it matters to some people, and women are treated differently when it comes to this.
Absolutely, and that's the double standard. That's the hypocrisy, and the world is a double standard. We have to agree with that, right?
Facts. Yes.
So now this question has already been answered, right? I was going to ask: is it healthy to ask your partner their body count? What say you, plant killer?
I think we know how to
Yeah,
answer.
no.
I'm sorry, y'all. My phone is dying.
Oh, okay. You got it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to buy.
My phone is dying, and I don't want it to hang up on you, but that's what's happening.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
thank you for trying.
It was a pleasure. Let me know the next one, and I'm gonna finish listening to it.
Okay, thanks.
I was in the same position.
Oh, yours. So, I forgot my question. Oh, is it
healthy?
Is it healthy?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, no, I don't think that it's healthy for either a female or a male to open up Pandora's box, because you're not gonna find what you're looking for when you go. So, like, whether it's 10 people, 2 people, it's like, I know for a fact that it bothered my husband when we went in certain events or whatever, and he would see somebody that he knew that I had ran with or whatever. But again, I go back to, you shouldn't feel any kind of way about that, because you have me. We connected. We're together. That was just somebody I was dating, not even dating. Like, I'm single.
Right.
I was single when you met me. So I don't think that is a healthy question to ask. Me personally, I wouldn't ask the question because, one, it doesn't concern me. 2, I ain't gonna go look none of them up. So why you want to know who, what, when, where, and how?
Well, I could listen. I could come up with some scenarios that happened. So, if going back to the barbershop, right? If a guy, and I know, and y'all had something in the past and whatever, and you never mentioned it, even though we ran into this person, many, many times, right? So we in there sitting there getting our hair cut, right? And the question comes up. Hey, yeah, man, she likes to do such and such and such. And I had like, he's talking to the barber. That's how we usually talk. We talk to the barber, right? And then you in the chair, man, I heard such and such, such, right? And you seen this guy. This guy's getting his hair cut next to you. So that will be a problem for a guy, because he's like, well, I've been seeing you. We've been together in the same place, whatever. You ain't tell me, whatever. But that's something about, is it healthy?
That's a men thing. That's a men's thing.
Yeah. Well, no, women too.
Okay.
Women too. I've had those where somebody was like, well, you didn't tell me you such and such, or did you such and such?
Okay.
Right. Women do the same. Now, trust me.
Well, I guess the difference in my case is that when I was single. When my husband saw me at events with other people, if we're going somewhere, now we're together, and you see that person, first of all, y'all shouldn't even be having a conversation about me.
This is life. Everybody's having conversations about everybody.
No, but you shouldn't be having conversations. So when you have conversations again, it is unhealthy to ask questions that you really don't want to know that answer
Boom,
to.
there you go.
So now you get the answer. Now you're disappointed in me because of what I did in my past. And now you don't want to be with me. Somebody that you was happy with 5 minutes before you had that conversation.
Okay.
And now you want to wreck your whole life because of who I saw or who I slept with before me and you connected.
Okay.
Right.
So let me ask you something, and this is more or less, I'm going to flip it back because we already know the women's point of view. Now, do you think it's reasonable? Now, you're thinking about, because you all are women, and we're thinking about in a man's eyes, do you think it's reasonable for a man to think that if you have a high body count, right, and without having the relationships, that you're less capable of a long-term relationship?
No, I don't think that you're less capable. I think that you just didn't find the right one.
That's what you think. I said,
okay.
Do you think it's reasonable for a man to have that thought? Now,
yes, he will have that thought.
Okay.
Yes, he will have that thought.
A virgin doesn't mean you can keep long relationships. Being a virgin doesn't mean you can maintain relationships for long.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's true.
Okay.
Good point.
So
I think it's a man's hang up that they put on us.
well, it could be a man's too. I mean, this is one where it actually applies to both, because
It applies to both, but what I'm saying is this all came out of a societal thing, and it was a man's doing.
that said the higher a man's number, the more value you have, and the higher
The
number
women's
the women
number,
have,
the less
lesser
value you
Okay.
have.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so let me give you the man's point of view when it comes to this, and it's not all men's
Please
point of
don't
view.
tell us the treasure chest.
Yes,
thing
I'm
again.
about to tell you the
Oh,
treasure
jeez.
chest.
Here we
Okay.
go.
Oh my God.
You heard it.
I'm
You heard
sorry.
the
Yes,
treasure chest?
you've
Okay.
told
You
us
told
many
the world,
times.
yeah, everybody.
Yeah, but Plant Killer, have you heard the treasure chest thing? Okay.
No, let's go ahead and get it.
Okay. All right.
They said, oh,
So this is basically, and I'm putting it in the perspective of like a, history or whatever, right? This is how a man feels. And I'm telling you how a man feels, not necessarily how I feel.
Oh, and he's going to talk about the socket. Are you going to talk about the
Soccer?
Socket. The
socket? No.
the thing that has the hole where you have to plug stuff in.
No.
You're not talking
Okay.
about that.
No.
Okay. Let's get the
Right.
treasure chest
So
discussion
basically,
over with.
this is how a man sees it, and this is how society sees it. So you don't blame the man, because now for every woman is looked at as you're holding a treasure, right? Something, you're valuable. So you are a treasure or a value to man and society, and it's been like this since the beginning of time, right? So every time a man comes into your life and he gives you something, whether it be comfort, work, or work, right? And and he's actually taking a portion of your treasure, right? Your gold. He got your gold. So the way society sees it, okay, he has that gold and he's putting it in his bag. Now his value is just going up. Yours is going down. So every time that pirate goes to a different island and he gives his services to that particular woman, he's taking the gold. Now every time that a woman lets another pirate or however come in and take gold, that means her value is actually dropped. That's how society sees it, and this is a men's based society, right?
Mm-hmm.
Patriarchal, as you would say, and that's how it's viewed. Now it has changed over time, somewhat. People don't care now. Someone told me, he says men don't care about body counts, right? Because only certain types. If you were like a Instagram model or influencer or whatever famous person, and they know you got Corinne Stephens, right? The Superhead. Okay. You know Superhead?
I do not.
What? Okay.
I've heard that name. I
Right.
don't know what her real name is.
Her name is Corinne Stephens.
Okay.
But like say she said, well, I'm just making this up. But let's say I slept with 1,500 guys, right? Now a normal girl on the street, they'd be like, oh my God, they got all types of names for her, right? Even if they slept with 1,500 women, right? But let it be the famous person or whatever, and it doesn't even come into their head.
The Kardashian girl.
They could care less.
Okay.
She's been on
'Cause
video
she's
doing
famous, right?
Exactly. It's almost like a trophy, so to speak. So society is a double standard in itself, right?
Absolutely.
So we can say that I think we can agree that body count should be a private matter, right? Some guys want to know, some guys are not going to want to know because obviously they're not going to be able to handle it,
right? And
I'm gonna say personally, it's not an indication of your value of a type of person, because one, again, like Plant Killer says, you can change. The person you was before
doesn't mean that's who you are in this present day.
Correct. But also, it is still valid for somebody that says, well, you know what? I knew this person for 20 years and they kept shoplifting every year. They kept getting caught. They a thief. They've been stealing since they were 6 years old. Right. So tomorrow, if I see the person, am I supposed to think that the person's not going to steal from me? Right.
Well, all I can say is, had it not been for grace, you understand what I'm saying? that someone loved me enough that they didn't care about what that body count was. I don't want to be judged for the decisions that I made when I was in my teens, in my early 20s, and my 30s, when I was single. Again,
that's valid. That's valid.
It's unhealthy to dig in people's backyards so you can feel good about yourself. Because essentially, as a man, you're saying, as you just said with your little treasure box, because see, I can flip that. As a woman, you may think that you're taking from my treasure box, right? I may allow you to think it, but I'm getting something in return, whether I want to feel good in the moment for me, whether you leave 2 coins on the table.
Right. That's why I said they've given you a service of some sort, just in the terms of a pirate movie.
Right. So I don't necessarily look like it has to be that he's taking from my treasure box. I could be taking from his. I mean, again, I don't think that that people should be judged based on what they were doing before they met you. Because if you meet me and there's some type of attraction, you call yourself going to court me, we're going out, we're having conversations. Again, you ask that question and I say, I'm not comfortable with talking to that about that. In your head, the moment I said that, again, you're formulating an opinion because I don't want to talk about it. And then if I give you the truth, you can't handle the truth. Unfortunately, we live in a society, and we see it today when all of these programs are being rolled back for women, that you're saying that we are property of yours.
Yes.
You know,
Really?
our voices don't really matter because as long as you can control the narrative, because based on how you feel and the lack of whatever it is that you want us to pour into you, that's really not, when you meet me, my body count really shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So then again, this was a perspective of women on the guy, right? So, you know, we kind of got into what the girl's body count, that's not really a really concern of yours, because it's always going to be from the other person's point of view,
right?
So as a guy, if I'm gonna put you in the scenario, right? You're at the hair salon. You come in there and you meet this guy. His name is Jake from State Farm.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you?
Right? You remember him from school. You remember him from high school, college, whatever. You know this dude is a player from the Himalayas, right? You know for sure that this guy had at least 40, 50 women that you know, and probably 3 times that, right? Now, he comes up to you and you guys start talking, whatever. In your head, are you thinking that this guy could be a viable mate for a relationship, or you're saying that, oh no, this guy is a play? Now you gotta be honest on this one. This guy is a player for life and should not be trusted, or this person, based on what you know, is viable for a relationship?
Well, it depends on, one, am I looking for a relationship?
Yes.
I mean, well, I've been kind of sort of in that little kind of sort of scenario, but it doesn't matter to me.
Okay, so you're saying that this guy Jake from State Farm,
from State Farm, and I knew that he was dealing with Sheila, Paula, and Cynthia.
Yes.
And we all went to school together, or whatever.
Yes.
No, it doesn't matter because we're no longer in school.
Okay.
We again, we're not the people that we were when we were in school.
Right. But wait a minute. We're all adults now. So that's how he was in school and his adulthood. So the question is, do you think that this person, knowing his history through school, adulthood, 30s, 40s, whatever, is he a viable mate? Are you going to look at him and say like, nah, this guy, I know his track record. I don't think he's a good partner for a committed relationship, monogamous relationship.
He's not a been a good partner for that person.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that he's not going to be a good partner for me.
Okay.
Because see, now I feel like you're I don't want to be the type of, because I don't want anybody to judge me. What you do, you did. What you did, we did. Now, if I'm looking for a relationship and I'm feeling dude feeling me, I might jump all in because, hey, we feeling each other. But if it's one of them things that I'm not feeling him like that and he may not be feeling me, we might just do a hookup. Who knows? But I don't think that people should be judged,
Okay.
And you have to give people grace. You have to give people grace, because you don't know that, because I'm not the same girl I was at 20.
Right.
At 61, I'm a totally different woman.
Right.
So sometimes you just have to give people grace. And I'm rude enough to be like, you was a hoe back then. What you doing now?
I know, right?
Like you have to give people grace sometimes. That's all I'm saying.
And like I said, it's not, when we talk about women and men's, it's not all men, it's not all women. So, because like I said, if you listen to the other podcasts, there's a variation in, what a person thinks is way too high for them to handle.
Right.
Not saying that they're going to label you a certain thing. Is that too high for them to handle? Like if you had to tell them, whatever. So, all right. So what's your body count?
He is such.
Listen, if you was gonna judge me on that, it's too high. It's too high.
I'll kick him for you.
It ain't too high. Listen. You don't want to know. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. Don't ask me that one.
That is too funny.
I already told y'all on the previous part.
All right, I'm gonna tell you my body count.
And here come the lie. Let me scoot my chair over so the lightning don't hit me.
This is gonna be totally the truth, right?
We are rolling our eyes so hard over here.
What do you think my body count is, Felonious? 30.
I don't know. I don't even have a number.
You said before. You said 10.
I did not. Did I say 10?
I think you said 10. 10 or 8.
I must have been dreaming. I probably was asleep.
Right. Plant
30
killer.
Only because you told me.
30.
So yeah.
I'm not going to try to guess that question.
He said 3. You lie.
I'm not even going to throw a number in that ring. No, ma'am. No, sir. I don't want to know.
Okay. 26.
26.
Close.
What's the formula? Times 1.5 plus 8.
No, that's for women.
26 is actually pretty
close. You think that's close?
It's low actually.
It's low?
For a guy.
You think it's low?
Yeah.
Okay. So
you did good, and you're like almost an ancestor. So you really did good. I'm serious.
So let me tell you, the Australia, this is according to AI, came out with these answers with they had the highest number of body counts for women, and it was 9.1.
Okay,
this is the average. For men, it was 8 to 10, and for women, it was 6 to 8.
Okay,
that's worldwide. So you got to take into account. You got some people in the Middle East or in Nepal that had one for their entire 90 years, right? So,
okay.
And nobody, again, like nobody's going to be. I don't think if you had to do a survey of 100 people, and the survey says 95 of y'all lying.
Nobody's gonna tell the truth.
If it's anonymous, they'll probably.
Yeah.
No,
I still don't think they're gonna tell the
tell
truth.
then,
even if it's anonymous, I still don't think they would.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I don't think no truth's gonna get told.
No.
I feel like I'm like Forrest Gump's mama. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
That's the truth right there.
All right, so you
never know what you're gonna get.
This is my last question before we wrap it up. We need a word of the day.
Treasure chest.
Treasure chest. That's our word of the day. So anybody who's listening to this podcast, that's email treasure chest to Hot Topics Podcast. That's HOTTOPIX podcast at gmail.com. And you'll be able to win. You have a chance to win some comedy show tickets. Okay, so you have to get all of them for the month. So you got to look back at the podcast from the last April. Is this our last date in April?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's our last date
So for the podcast that's published in April, if you give us our body count, we'll invite you in to do a comedy show in a location near you. So you can come here, or we'll, hook you up wherever you are. And no, you're not going to see Cat Williams.
Oh no, I can't afford to see Cat Williams.
You're going to see, Bob Jones.
to find out that he's coming in our area. Like, we never really get any big time people down here on the shore.
I saw them tickets.
I'm excited about that.
I saw them tickets. Yeah.
Them tickets are high.
That ain't gonna be one of them. But
I feel like they started at like 60 down here.
60?
What? They started at 60 down here up to 240.
Okay.
Oh, we driving down there.
I saw the 240. The 60 is probably like in the parking lot on the big screen.
The Civic Center here isn't but so big, so it's not a bad seat in the joint. It's not but so big.
I don't know. We need to drive to the ocean.
We in Salisbury, Maryland.
So you said in Salisbury Civic Center?
Is at he's going to be at the Wacomico County Civic Center.
Okay.
We need to look that up.
It's in Salisbury, Maryland. I went and looked at their tickets. I went on their website to their box office and looked at the tickets, and they started at like 60 up to 240.
Okay, so it's not bad.
I think ours started at 240 without fees and taxes.
Yeah. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah. All right, well,
I like that, but for them prices, I have to see them on the next video. Special,
right in my living room.
Right from my living room.
Yes.
So this is my last question, and we're gonna get out of here. This is for all three of you. Is it okay if it should come up for a person to lie about the body count?
I don't think you should lie about it. I think you just shouldn't ask.
Okay.
Or just shouldn't answer. Oh, it depends on the relationship.
So is it okay to lie?
Just don't answer.
No, but is it okay to lie?
Well, they're not going to find out. So.
But why? But yeah, that's what I want to say. Like, I mean, if you lied, how would I really know you're lying?
Right. Okay.
That's a good point.
Okay, it does matter because, like I said, like the scenario she gave me, if or I had to give you. If you said it's 4 and that later found out, or maybe you slipped when you was drinking, and it slipped and it was 40.
Yeah, like, don't lie, just don't say.
Don't answer.
Just don't answer.
Okay.
And stop.
So it's
for your own mental health. Don't ask the question.
But it's definitely not okay to lie about it.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's not okay to lie about anything.
Okay.
Again, don't ask questions. Like, my advice would be, do not ask questions that you really don't want to know the answer to.
So do you think it's okay to lie about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Why?
Because one, I don't think that you should ask, but if you should ask, I'm looking at it like I'll probably never know.
Right.
Or you might want to say, people lie, especially men. Sometimes you lie to not hurt somebody.
Okay.
So,
and hence why you shouldn't ask the question.
Bingo. But sometimes that it might come up, whatever. So I don't know why, but let's say any question that you think might hurt somebody, go ahead and lie.
Okay.
All
right.
I'm
lying not good, Brian. Lying not good. Don't even. I would rather. Listen. I would rather be hurt from the truth than be hurt from a lie, because once you tell that one lie, then the person is not going to be able to trust anything.
Right. Listen.
Even though in this situation, I wouldn't know if you was lying or not.
If I ask my woman, hey,
what you looking over here for?
Because y'all's my women. But if I just ask my woman, hey, is my penis okay? Is it okay size?
So
if that's a situation you definitely shouldn't lie about.
No, you better you better lie to me.
No. Because you setting yourself up for some lonely nights. Be like, oh my God, here he come again with that little peanut of a. Yeah, don't. No,
that's why I'm saying. Sometimes in life, it's like a box of chocolate. You got to test that water out before you get to listen, you already know if that thing is too little as a woman, and you're going to be unsatisfied, he ain't going to be the one.
Right.
Because you're going to eventually end up stepping out on him because he cannot meet your needs.
All right, so we're going to do a follow-up. If size matters.
Oh, that's a good one. We'll do that.
We'll do that.
We'll do that. That's a good one.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining us. Heaven, I know she couldn't do the full thing, but thank you too for coming out and giving us your perspective on this particular hot topic.
Yes, we love having you.
And
oh, thank you. I love being on here with you guys. When he sent me the thing, I like to fell out my work. Okay, I was like, oh damn, I know he ain't invited me on this podcast.
we got a few good ones coming up. And some of them will be just guys only, and we'll have women's only. Because we don't have no fighting.
Whatever.
Nah, I actually heard a little bit of the one with the guys, and but I was in the office listening, and I was cracking up, laughing on some. I was just like, well, damn, I wouldn't have had not neither did. They would have been like, listen, I would have had all my balloons would have been pop, 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 pop.
All right. Well, catch us on the next episode.
Yes.
We publish Mondays, and you can catch us on all these different
podcast platforms.
Podcast platforms.
You're struggling with P's today.
Struggling today.
Or check us out at www.hottopicspodcast.com.
Thank you, family, for listening to the latest episode of Hot Topics. As usual, listen, like, share, subscribe. Ta.